Well, howdy y'all. I'm just out here working on the Stepvan. Everything's going good. I had to come up with a new seal. When I drive, of course, all the exhaust fumes leak through everywhere. There's cracks in the seals. So I cut off all this old stuff. And it's the same profile as the new stuff I bought for the back doors, although it's slightly thicker. And so I'm going to see if I can, let me see here, let's see, there's a difference. Let's see if I can use this. Let me just trim it down just a hair. I actually bought this stuff for the back doors over there. You can see the gap right there. And it's letting a lot of cold air in, but that's not the problem I'm dealing with right now. I'd rather have a real tight seal on this engine cowl for the doghouse that goes over there. So, you know, if it's tighter, that's fine. I don't hardly ever want to pop this off. I have made an access cover for this if you look at my previous videos. So that'd be my way to get in there if I need to. If I need to open it up. After you snap it down, it doesn't matter how thick that seal is. If you can get it snapped down, it'll seal. And then it'll flatten itself out enough, mold itself to the how it fit. But it also, the thicker seal will help it seal some of the spots. When it warms up again, I may try to bend that back. You can see that it's a little off. That's bending up. I need to bend that back down. That's from when I pulled the motor out. I don't know why I didn't bend that down to begin with. I should have. Anyways, yeah, everything's going good. It's running good. I haven't started up in a little while. I need to make a gasket for this piece here. That actually fell apart. I had to make this whole piece. And I even made a stand for it to sit on, and I bent it in so it would stay tight on there. I needed an offset air cleaner, and you couldn't find them, but excuse me. And this works perfect for that, so everything's nice and tight. Just had to size up the air cleaner, the air filter that would fit in that. I think I'm still a little too tall on this, but it seat down all right. And as you can see, there's nothing underneath. And let me see, I think I'm going to redo the throttle bracket. I think there's supposed to be something else here that I don't have. I'm going to see if I can come up with something better on that. There, I don't like that. Probably not the best idea to do it that way, but it's working. Anyways, so that's all I'm doing right now. I just got done, yeah, I'll probably knock that down a little more. I just got done scraping all the old stuff off using a wire brush. Let's see. Yeah, see how it's loose particles? Get rid of those loose particles. Excuse my cable. What's going over here? Yeah, don't want anything for that glue to stick to. Anyways, I bought this stuff from Mill Supply. They're probably the largest Stepvan material provider, hardware stuff. Anyways, and it's I got some of this and this stuff here. Yeah, I don't remember how I did it, but you just buy so many feet of it. I got plenty. I probably have enough to do this and one of the doors over there. Probably that one's the worst one. And maybe I need to go out and move the hinge, pull it in a little bit. I have to look and see how it lines up. And I haven't really messed with the solar stuff yet. I don't have the battery, so I wasn't that concerned with getting it done ASAP. My son, who's in the Air Force, he's been in his school. He just got out of boot camp November. He's been in school for the last few weeks, and so he just come home, and so we've been kind of packing stuff up, donating stuff, getting rid of stuff. I got shore power hooked up right now, and I've got a big old heater blowing in here. I had it cranked all the way up, and it blew the fuse in my house in the basement, but I had lights on in the basement too, so I turned all that stuff off. I just turned that on half. I can use that small one, but this actually puts out a little more wattage, and because I'm on shore power, I'm not too worried about it. But I was kind of surprised. Of course, you use a long extension cord, any long cord, they kind of require a little bit more amps, to push electricity do that, especially my extension cord that's go to the outside. It's probably cold, and that probably didn't help either. So when you buy it from Mill Supply, it comes with the seal, and it comes with their glue that they recommend, their weather strip adhesive, and that's what they gave me for this. But I'm going to use this on my cover. I wasn't planning on doing it that way, but whenever I drive this, the whole vehicle on the inside smells like exhaust, and my exhaust pipe, it kind of, not so much when it dries, but you know, it's going to have some of those fumes kind of, you know, like a little eddy current underneath there, kind of roll around, especially when you're in idle. It goes out, but it pulls through. That fan kind of helps create some smell too. Whatever's, you know, burning the oil, you know, on the old oil on the side of the engine and stuff, you kind of smell it. Anyways, you know, obviously you don't want any exhaust fumes in the vehicle. So that's what I'm doing. Well, I'll go ahead and turn this off, and I'll turn it back on as soon as I'm done with this. See you in a minute. Alrighty, Bob again. Odin's lock. Well, I'm back. Got some of the stuff. I actually just put that on there to hold this down. Yeah, got her on there. Got the old stuff. I was able to get around that corner there. Use that glue. It's probably going to cure for a while. It looks wet, but it's dry in there. And I decided to run this kind of close to the lip. But on this stuff here, I kind of went to the outer because that's how the original was. And it may be, I'll see. I may have to use a hot knife and just kind of trim this down. Haven't decided yet. I'll see if it works on here. Kind of wavy right there, but it's going to move itself. The moment I put it on, it'll seal up. But anyways, that's that. Kind of some weird molding in here. I don't know. Came like that. Oh, a couple of spots I noticed I didn't do. Just kind of came that way. That right there. Anyways, I mean, it works great. It'll crush down, I'm sure. I'm going to let this fully cure up before I try to squeeze it on there, because the first time I put it on there, first couple of times I take it off, will probably be fighting me. I was able to bend this back here. I think I'll go find some black primer, put on there, and I was able to draw this in a little bit more too. So I don't think this stuff here, I might be able to pin that back down a little bit more. So that kind of sticks up. It'll actually do it on its own. I'd probably just kick it. Yeah. Or not. Actually, there's a piece underneath there, a tab. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, there's a tab right there. Probably, I don't know. I'll worry about it before I put it on. But if you don't have any of these are pretty cool. I don't know if you can get them from this place anymore, but these are drill taps. You can buy them Lowe's, Home Depots. But they're drill bits, and they tap also. I've had these for years. I've used them all different sizes. I made this a few years back. You know, if you don't know what size screw you have, you just find you a screw and match them up. Well, it's got a little glue on it. Match it up, you know, whatever hole it goes in. It's too small. And this one here. 832. The beauty of this plate, what I'm going to show you here, is if you have a screw that's too long, you just flip it over, use a cutoff wheel or a grinder, and you just lop it off. And then when you unscrew it back out, it'll clean the threads up, clean the end off, so you can re-thread it in something. So like if you have something long, say you need this a little bit longer, and you just need it to slip off that much, you just use a grinder, cutoff wheel, and lop it off. Sorry, I didn't realize I had my finger over the flash here. I was looking at this instead of the camera. But anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd point out this. You don't have to have something fancy. I mean, I made this. I just used a bunch of drill taps with all the different sizes and just drilled and tapped all the way through this. Just a 1/4-inch piece of plate. Nothing fancy. And went ahead and did that, just stamped them. It was just, I was bored. I made, shoot, I must have made about 10 of these. And I went ahead and sold a few. It was like 20 bucks each. I probably got, I don't know, 3 or 4 more of these. I try to keep them in each of my work vehicles. Whenever I drive around, go to a project, especially in locksmithing, you have a lot of sheet metal screws But then you'll run into some that are threaded too. I do a lot of wood screws, but some of them are threaded. They actually have a machine thread, and that's where you want this. And each one of them's threaded. What it says, and you can go higher. I figure maybe one of these days I'll go a little bit higher, because it's real important when you get into metric stuff. I mostly deal with American threads, and when you get into doing anything kind of door hardware, some's metric, some standard, American. Us Americans, we like our quarters. Our quarters of an inch, quarters of a pie. I don't know. I know how to read metric. It's never been a problem, but it's like easier for me because I convert fractions to decimal, and I know metric's got their own way of doing things, but it's just not one I'm doing fine. I'm 50 years old, never really had to switch over mentally or out on the job. I bought this a while back. I still got kind of a problem with my exhaust pipe where it goes into my manifold. And so it's right here, actually, a collector. I ought to fix this while I'm out here doing this. Let me grab a flashlight real quick. It's not really a collector. It's not a head. An exhaust manifold. Right there. I think I need to change my gasket. It's too thick. Doesn't fit up right. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely too thick. See, there's hardly any thread on the bottom of the nut. I don't know if you can tell. But, of course, those studs could be longer. I don't know. But then the gray part that you see right there, let's see if I can point it out while I'm this piece here, I don't think it's right. I think I either should use a gasket or something like this. And that doesn't look like it's going to be much better either. Looks thicker. So I don't know, maybe I should have used a gasket. I don't know. Somebody's used a ring. There's a pipe I noticed was in this that was more like would go in the ID of the exhaust manifold and the ID, internal dimension or diameter of the exhaust pipe. Yeah, that's another one of those things. I'll get to it. I think right now I'm going to focus on the seals for this and the door. I found a battery. It's $100, AutoZone or O'Reilly, and it's got a 1-year warranty. It's 100 amp hour, $100, and really that's a good price. And I'll just try not to draw it down too much. I use my charge controller to keep it topped off, and then once I start doing my power, I can get my fan hooked up. I got some other things I'm going to do in here, but that's all I've got for today. Let's go ahead and got something propping this up. Hold that up for me. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and stop here. I'll try to put this on later after the glue's dried. It's kind of cold outside, and I mean it feels dry, but I guarantee you if I try to clamp it down now, it'll try to squeeze itself out. So I'll clamp it down later. I'll give it a day. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So, hey, by the way, before I get off here, I don't know if I've already mentioned it. I don't usually go back to my own videos. Probably should, but I have another channel. I think it's Odin's Lock LLC. It's my actual side hustle / business channel. And I'm kind of starting to, I want to grow that channel a little bit too, but it's going to be more locksmithing, welding, crafts. I do flatware, spoon rings, bracelets, and stuff out of repurposed silverware. So that's what I'm going to do with that channel. So far, I've only got I put an old Stepvan videos, like Stepvan blog number 7 on there. So it's an old one, but I've got that on there just to have something. And then I think I've had a couple, 2 or 3 more videos to it. But anyways, I just want to mention that you don't need to go and like and subscribe to that channel, especially if that kind of stuff bores you. But I just wanted to mention I do have another channel. I know some people thought they were going to my normal Stepvan channel and went to that one and didn't realize I actually have this one. This is my Stepvan. This is Bob's or Odin's Lock. Yeah, this channel here. So anyways, feel free to check the other channel out. Or not, doesn't matter. I appreciate you guys watching this far. There you guys. He's the mean cat. I pet him a little bit, but he's kind of on